Hello student, in this video we will learn about the periodic properties. The next part of periodic properties is S block element, P block element, D block element and A block elements. The elements can be divided into four types on the basis of the nature of atomic orbitals, into which the last electron, also called the differentiating electron, enters. Accordingly, we have S, P, D and F block elements. This classification is known as differentiating electron classification. Now, let us start about the S block elements. In S block elements, the last electron enters the ns orbital, which is being filled progressively. The elements of group first A and second A belongs to this group. The valence shell electronic configuration of these elements varies from ns1 to ns2, where n is number of valence shell of an element. The elements of this block lies on the extreme left of the periodic table. Now, let us learn about the P block element. These are those elements in which p orbitals are being filled progressively. These elements are present to the right hand side of the periodic table and include the following element from the group 3rd A and 7th A and 0 group elements. In these elements, the last electron enters 2p, 3p, 4p, 5p and 6p orbitals respectively. Since s orbitals in these atoms are already filled, the valence shell configuration of these elements vary from ns2 np1 to ns2 np6, means 0 group element. These elements lies on the extreme right of the periodic table and consist of some metals, non-metals and metalloids and noble gas also. Now we will learn about the D block element. The elements in which the last electron enter the d orbitals in the main shell are called as the D block elements. These are present in the middle of the periodic table, in between S block element and P block elements. The valence shell configuration of these elements can be given as N1 D 1 to 10, Ns 0, 1 or 2. These elements, also called as the transition elements, have been divided into 4 series corresponding to the filling 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D in the main shell. 3D series. This series consists first transition series and it consists of the 10 elements. 4D series. This is the second transition series and include 10 elements. 5D series. This is the third transition series and also include 10 elements. 6D series. It is an incomplete series and at present has only 3 elements. And in this series, electron goes to 6 orbitals. Now let us learn about the F block elements. In case of these elements, the additional electron enters the N2, means F orbitals of the N2 the main shell, and this shell being inner to penultimate shell The elements are also called inner transition elements. The general electronic configuration of these elements can be given as n-2 F0 to 14. F block elements are of the two types, 4F series and 5F series. In 4F series, lanthanides, this series has 14 elements. In case of these elements, last electron goes to the 4F orbitals. Lanthanum La being the starting element and similar in the properties is also included in this series along with the above elements. And 5F series actinide. This series also has 14 elements. In the atom of these elements, 5F orbitals are being filled progressively. Last electron enter the 5F orbitals. However, actinium AC, atomic number 89, is also included in this series along with above element due to the similarities in certain properties. In this way, we learn about the S block element, P block element, D block element and F block element. In our next lecture, we will learn about the periodic properties like covalent radius, van der Waals effect, atomic and ionic radius, etc. Thank you, student.